This is John and Steve, the dynamic duo of Midlands Metalheads Radio, on site at HRH Prog 7 in Pwllheli, North Wales. Did you like I got the pronunciation right?
Almost right.
Nearly right, nearly right.
Don't correct him.
Pwllheli.
There you go. And I'm speaking to John Dexter Jones from Jump. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, good.
Fantastic. Not long come off the stage.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
It was very hot, and now I went outside, and it was about 15 degrees outside when we went on, and then when we came off stage an hour later, it was freezing.
Yeah.
So I walked up here, I'm like, ooh.
I hope you put your big coat on.
Well, I've taken it off now because, as my grandmother would have said, I won't feel the benefit when I go outside if I'd left that on.
There's a lot of wisdom in
There's
that.
a wisdom. Yeah,
There is
There's
wisdom.
a lot of wisdom in that.
Definitely.
Okay, obviously Jump's been around for rather a long time.
Yes.
Do you find it frustrating that you've never sort of really hit the big time with the band? You know, always been like the underdog in a way.
Yeah, underdog. That's fair. I mean, no, I think there's a question that's been phrased at me a few times that me because I speak to the interviewers, but the band generally, that kind of thing, the sense of it is a little bit like you can rephrase the question and you're like, you haven't really had the success or maybe you. And I just I look at it and I sort of think, actually, how many bands would give their eye teeth to do what we've done? How many of them would have got together in 1990? I answered an ad that said, frontman wanted no beginners. In Kingfisher Music and Highwycombe in 1990, I'd moved down there with a view to joining a band. I'd done 10 years plus touring with a couple of bands in North Wales. I'd worked for a year with a guy called Francis Licorice from the Enid.
Oh yeah.
When he left the Enid and he was on his way back from Ireland to North Wales, and we worked with him. I worked in Cambridge with him, so I had a taste of all of that kind of thing. But actually, to get back to the question, no, I don't I have no regrets, and I don't see it like that at all. I look at it the other way around, as I've just said. It's like I just think how many people would get together in a band and end up doing, I don't know what it is now, 1,300 gigs. Toured with some of the people that have been heroes for me. Appeared on stage, not all tours, lots of appearances with bands. Even here at HRH, we've shared the stage with Rick Wakeman, Steel Eye Span, Gong, Hawkwind, if you like. The Straubs are on, probably be on in a bit, now. So, and then toured with bands like Marillion and toured with Fish at his invitation, that kind of thing. So, no, I'm not going out buying a Daimler on the basis of being in Jump, and I'm not being feted, and people aren't throwing sort of flowers at my feet because of my achievements, for want of a better word. But if somebody said to me, well, do you wish you'd been more successful? I'd say, well, define success. Do I wish I was doing it all the time and I could do it all the time and I didn't have to, work in a garden 2 days a week and work as a writer for the rest of the time? Yeah, but it is what it is. Now I look at it and I think, well, go on then. Someone else have a go. If you've done that, you probably will. If you're a kid now and you're 20 and somebody says to you when you're 50.
Yeah.
Well, in my case,
really beats wearing a white collar.
In my case, joining Jump, I was 26. I'm 55, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing down particularly. So, we're coming up. Next year is 29 years, and the year after is 30.
Wow.
So, I've loved it every minute, all the gigs, all the stuff, and then you come out with a gig like today, and somebody comes up to you that you've never seen in your life and says, I was in tears then, that was amazing. And you think, okay, well, what's wrong with you? So yeah, that's the answer. That's a hell of a long way of answering your question.
But a splendid way of answering.
Absolutely. A very proggy way of answering the question.
A very long and actually, what we could do
was there an epic answer?
Was there a concept to that answer?
There could have been a concept to that answer, couldn't there? There was the concept of success. Having been a success. Have you enjoyed it? Yeah, part 1, 2, 3 and 4 of that answer. Yeah. Definitely. In fact, or if we said there was 3 parts to that answer, we could call it a trilogy. And we'd be out, and then they'd like us even more.
And then you'd have to have a sequel, a follow-up.
Follow-up, definitely. Perhaps we'll do that on question 2. We've been here like 20 minutes and you're going, I think Kindred Spirit will be in a minute. You know. So anyway, to wrap up, John, question 2.
You need to design the artwork for that question.
We do, yeah. What would you say is because I mean, although you've been around for nearly 30 years, it's surprising how many people haven't heard of you. You know, and why do you think that is?
I don't know. Is it a Cheshire Cat thing? You know, I don't know. That we pop up and people go, oh, and then maybe we disappear again because we're not full time. You know, and that has to play into it. There's a practical reason for that, and part of that practical reason will be that we can't be at it all the time. Honestly, one of the things when we got together in 1990 in Wickham, you know, like I say, I was 26. Steve is, I think, probably was then in his early 30s. We'd all had a crack. Let's make no mistake. You know, everyone has a crack at the music industry. Do you know what I mean? Everybody sent demos. I remember sitting in Rusty Egan's office in the 1980s with the guy from the Rich Kids. You know, the Mother. He was running Mother Records for you. We got, you know, we sent him to come in and whatever. And he said to me, he said, yeah, he said, have a seat. And we spoke, and he said, yeah, I've listened to your tape. I listened to them all. And then I put it there. And that was cassettes. That whole wall, imagine that whole wall made of cassettes. And he went, that's just another record. It's that amount. And then you start thinking, we, you know, either we're going to do something that somebody just goes, wow, in a gig, and you're going to get somewhere or whatever, but this plugging away stuff wastes time that we could actually be writing songs. And so I think with the jump thing, we've done our having a go at the music industry sort of thing. And so what we decided, and it was a bit of a, it was quite conscious, was what we want to do is something that's of very high quality, so that when we go out, people will go, wow, you know, that was great. We could have elected to not spend so much time on doing that and spend more time marketing ourselves. And we, you know, and in answer to your question, maybe we should have done, but it becomes a drag. It becomes a drag chasing people around, trying to do this, that, and the other, and whatever. So it's almost been, and this sounds a bit wanky, and I understand that, but it's almost been a really genuinely organic growth of something that's been just allowed to go. And I think that's part of the reason why we're still about as well. You know, it's sort of 13 studio albums, couple of live albums, whatever. People are still discovering. You know, there's a guy in America, and he's in touch with me now on Facebook and all that, and he discovered a copy of the Freedom Train, our first live album from 1998 or whatever, in a bargain bin in a record shop in Austin, Texas.
Oh my God.
And he took it home and he put it on and he just went, that's it, I found the kind of mute, you know, he likes country and he likes rock and he likes this, and he got this, and he's like, I found it, this is great. And then of course, social media being what it is, the next thing, like this message, I've just found your live album in a bargain bin, because then he buys everything. And that's happened lots of times. So we've got a bloke in Buenos Aires and a bloke in San Diego, and these people do this. So it's like, I don't really know why people, maybe I don't spend enough time at the computer networking, or back in the day I didn't do enough time phoning people up and getting on people's backs and whatever, but yeah, bit by bit. And in a way, reflecting on it now as a 55-year-old grey-haired bloke with short hair, I sort of think, well, would it have made any difference if I'd spent all my time chasing those people, or, you know, would we have got any further, or would we have got any higher, or whatever? And I just think, I don't know. What's nice though is that it keeps on going, and people are still coming to it as though it was absolutely the newest thing ever, because we're not that way. And so I think that has an even great, you know, that can have.
You think you've almost sort of gained cult status?
I hope so.
It's always got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think there's a degree to which we have. I think a lot of people, there's the people who have heard of us, for whom we might have some kind of cult status, saying it carefully. There's a bunch of people that we don't have cult status, we might have something else. But there's certainly me. But there's also, I think there are actually quite a lot of people who have heard of us, and they've heard of us, and then they'll come up to us after something like tonight, which is why these events are so fantastic. And I mean, you know, hats off to the people who run them. They do take some stick, but for a band in our position particularly, you know, you have to know your job.
It's an incredible platform.
You know, but it is a great platform. There's no doubt. You know, it's a platform that, if you're not equipped to play and take advantage of it, forget it. You're just not going to. But if you are at our level, then it's a great platform, and we're equipped to take on anything. Somebody can phone me tomorrow and say, "You're on at Wembley Arena supporting, King Crimson or whatever tomorrow. Can you do it?" And it's like the answer to that is clearly yes, no problem at all. It doesn't. That's nothing is going to phase us after the career that we've had, and those calls have come. Fish phoned me up one morning and said, "Do you want to do this tour then?" And I'm like, "What?" And Sunsets on Empire tour back in '97. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Yeah, I know that Mark had produced you." And he said, "I've just heard a bit of it." And he said, "A lot of fans have been saying, this is back in a lot of fans have been saying, like, you've got something about you and all that. Do you want to do the tour?" And I said, "Yeah, when does it start?" And he said, "A week on Monday." And we're all working full time, and so we did that tour and stuff. And so there are a lot of people out there, and then what happens on a day like today is a lot of people come up to you afterwards and just go like, I've heard of you, I've read about it, but I've never ever seen you, but I've never ever." And now it's like a bloke came up to me, he had a Magenta t-shirt on, High Magenta, great band, Welsh band. We played with Christina now. We played down in the place they're pulling down a couple of years ago. We played with it was us, Magenta, Steel Spam, Rick Wakeman. Yeah. Oh, what an experience, what a bill. And he had a Magenta t-shirt on, and he just came up and he was like, just you've got to love that. And I'm like, "Oh, great," and it's a whole new world for him. 28 and a half years into the band's career. Wow. So in a way, it's kind of cool.
Sweet in a way.
Yeah, absolutely does.
It strikes me that you consider those things to be the icing on the cake.
Absolutely,
only after you've made the cake.
Hugely important, yeah. That's why we're doing it. It's a connection. I mean, without being too esoteric and prog, it is. There's an artistic element to it, and part of the reason, well, why are you doing it? Why do you, maybe it's a cry for help, Somebody said that Bruce Springsteen, he's just waving at his dad, going, Dad, look what I did. Look at me. Who knows why people stand there and do it? But if you're going to stand there and do it, then try and make as strong a connection as you can with the audience at 3:10 on a Saturday.
You are an excellent frontman, though, John. I've got to give you that. Well, you really play the audience well.
But I love them. I enjoy it. I love them. Who am I? I love them. No, I mean, I love the fact that people they're engaged. And they want it, for the most part, people want it to be good. They want you to succeed. They do, there's a lot of people, and I think if you embrace that, it's, what better feeling is there? I would say that, but I mean, there's a lot of people who want to do that. Bedroom guitar players that can really play, but it's more than that. It's like sometimes Mark, it's funny, Mark, our bass player, it's funny. We'll be on a festival and you'll be listening to the bass player playing Through the Wall, Christ, this bloke, God, he's good, man, what a player, and you're sitting there and I'm going, Mark, it's a band, they're doing their thing, we'll do. He's like, yeah, but we did a lot of gigs with Life Signs and that.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, what a band, we've got John Poole on bass.
Yeah,
it's just mad and great. And John Young's playing keyboards, and you've got Dave Bainbridge now.
That's right, that's right.
I mean, and you're doing a gig with him, and you're thinking about that, and then you realise that once you're not on stage at the same time as them, you're doing your thing, they're doing their thing, and so it just is what it is. It's about engaging with people and whether they like it or not.
Well, I think people are intelligent enough to know that you are a band and they're a band, and never the twain shall meet.
No, that's right. I don't think it's about the comparison or the struggle. It has. I've seen that. I've witnessed it. I've seen people imagining blowing people off the stage and all that kind of thing. It's like, I love it. I remember I did have a brief conversation with Fish about saying, you put us on with you. And he just went, yeah, you're you and I'm me, and it's my gig. And I mean, when we finished, we went down really well. And then he comes on. Well, what are people going to do? Have jump in the back of their mind? No, of course not. They're then engaged with him because it's what he does.
But it gives you an avenue into people that wouldn't normally.
Without a shadow. Generosity of spirit. His Marillion as well, Mark Kelly produced us and gave us gigs. I mean, no, they didn't have to do that. They just did it because goodwill, just nice people.
I think that's the one thing that comes across. I mean, I've been into prog since I was 14. And it is like one big family.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, I've been to numerous festivals and gigs since I was 14, you know, and
Yeah.
it's just like one great big happy family.
Yeah.
Everybody's there for everybody else.
Yeah, I think so.
I've come in as a bit of an interloper, you know, kind of angry punk kid coming out there.
Well, so,
helping Steve
yeah,
out,
I mean,
you know.
so have I.
I get that. I do get that.
Yeah. So have I. Somebody said to me out there, the guy with the magenta t-shirt just said, he said, you've got there's a bit of aggression in there as well, a bit of a punk thing in there as well. It's like, yeah. You know, we did 1 million pub gigs before we ever stood on a proper stage in Jump. We'd all stood on proper stages before, but to get Jump off the ground, you know, we played the Nag's Head in High Wycombe, which is a very famous venue and the satellite venue of London. We played in a bar of the Nag's Head, and I mean, like, probably the first 50 gigs we did, which incidentally was in like less than 9 months, 30 something of them were in the Nag's Head bar. And every time Ray, the guy who ran it, would give us a go, or Ron Watts, the promoter, would give us a go upstairs, it's like we play the Nag's Head, play the Nag's Head, play the Nag's Head. So you have to make a mark in those places, because the people in those places just walking in off the street, they haven't paid. They're just coming in for a beer because there's live music on.
Yeah.
So you can play blues jams so it comes out your ears and whatever, but that's not what we would have to do in front unwanted, no beginners. You're going to be in the corner of a pub and you've got to make a mark, because we're going to try and ramp it to something else.
Do you feel there's a lot of responsibility from you to sort of carry the band?
No, the responsibility is entirely with them. It's the other way around. It's a pyramid. I doss around on the top of it.
Is it
being a gobshite.
I like that. That's a good analogy.
It's the other way. You know, if the drummer and the bass player are this bit of it, and then you got Steve Moe, the one guitar player and the keyboard player, this bit of it, and then me and Ronnie, the young lad now, who was Pete Davis originally in the band, are the kind of, you know, the shows. But you can't show off if the people who are underneath you, I don't mean underneath you, I mean underneath you in the sense of the pyramid. You can't show off if they're all over the place. They've got to be tight as a gnat's shut all the time, and you've got to know they are, because if you make a mistake when you're showing off, it's them that picks up the pieces, not you. And that's it. So it's the opposite way.
But I think as a front man, all eyes are on you. That's why I was trying to say. I
suppose so. But I think what the question though illustrates. I'm glad that you asked the question and I answered it in that way, because it is all the responsibility is all on them. The attention is directed towards me.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, and they would actually go back again from I wanted no beginners, and so the attention comes my way. That's it. You know. What it is. I'm a, you know. So there's a bit of that with me. There are front men who smoulder and just can command the stage just with one look. It's not like that for me. It's a very physical thing for me. It's like I'm inhabiting something on the stage. Somebody said, "Oh, you know, I like the movement, all that." It's like, what movement? I don't know. What movement's that? It's like, well, you're always prowling around on stage. It's like, am I? That's just
the way you
express it. Just the way I move and express myself and feel. So no, it's not that aspect of it. I don't feel any particular responsibility or pressure from doing that. It's just I've done it for a long.
Because you get a lot of bands, they turn up on stage, they take their position, and they stay there for the whole set.
Yeah.
And then they walk off.
Yeah.
And there might be a bit of interaction with the audience in between. You know, that to me, I see that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and although you can't fault the music,
no.
The way I look at it, if I want to listen to the fucking music, you know, note for note, I might as well stop it down and listen to the CD.
Yeah, I think there's. I tend to be in your camp, but in another way, you know, each their own. I'm sure there are a lot of people who come here and they do want to. They want to hear it. They want to hear it. They want to see if somebody. They played that record at home and they want to see if somebody can actually go on and can you do that record?